Hey viewers, I'm going to try to explain some stuff about artifacts in this video that might help a lot of people. I've noticed a lot of people have no idea what the hell they're doing when it comes to leveling, upgrading, or knowing what's good and what's bad, understanding what different stats do for you, and which batters to use which artifacts with. So I don't think I'll remember to cover everything that I should here, but I'm going to do my best to try. Right now I have this window open here from Help and Support in the settings, and I found a list of artifacts. We're going to go through them here, and I want to tell you these first generation ones, which is Magic Gear, all the way down through Angry Shark. Every single one of these, Grizzly, Soullight, Stone Guard, Gear, and Shark, are all pretty much obsolete now. They don't ever really amount to anything better than what you can regularly get from one of the newer generation artifacts. The only thing that can potentially be better for is if you don't have a very good conquest or challenge mode artifact. They can produce a pretty decent percentage on those because they start off with no add-ons. That's just the base stats. So you can upgrade a conquest or challenge mode score more times than you can on one of the newer ones that already start off with at least one add-on. And what I mean by add-on is each one of these has two base stats, and they're constant. Like, they get a different number depending on the artifact that you level, but each type of artifact will always have the same base stats. So Sanchez, Cleo, Blitzen, Badge of Justice, and Harp were the second generation. And some of these can still be pretty good artifacts. However, that being said, if you've already got one of these down here, Spirit, Harp, Totem, Crusader, Magnum, it's kind of unlikely that you're going to find one of the second generation artifacts that are going to be better than it. But I still will put some coins and experience towards them if they have challenge mode or conquest mode as their first add-on, because I'm always looking for an upgrade in those areas. I do not expect them to ever amount to an upgrade for 1 versus 1 match. Now, Spirit Totems were cycling score, crit score. Both very valuable stats for pretty much every batter. However, they're not as valuable to somebody who is a beginning player that hardly ever crits the ball, or somebody without any intention to use any batter that has a crit boost attribute. Crusader, score defense, it just flat out knocks off a certain amount of points that your opponent is scoring, unless they have a penetration stat, which then deducts that amount from your score defense percentage amount. Wing shields are pointless. I don't ever see them being used by anybody doing well, and I do not recommend leveling them up at all, even if they have conquest or challenge mode scores, that they don't really complement the fact that it's a defensive artifact. So I instantly dismantle every wing shield that I acquire. Magnums really only go great with anybody planning on using a missile. Guided missile and magnum go hand in hand, and they're overwhelmingly powerful and kind of have ruined the game in some aspects recently, in my opinion. But they are what they are, and they're not going anywhere. So magnums are a very valuable asset for anybody who plans on using the guided missile skill. Healing harps also have a crit score, which can potentially amount to a lot. Besides Spirit Totems, Healing Harp is the only other artifact that I would even consider leveling up to max for the fact of trying to find a crit artifact. But those two are excellent for crit. Spirit Totems are generally a little more consistent in having higher crit, but one of the highest ones I've seen recently, a clanmate of mine has a 150-something harp. And I was actually instantly dismantling them prior to that until I saw the one that he pulled. But Now, you know a little bit about these different types of artifacts. I have a purchase that I just made here. It was the, let's see, this Artifact Intermediate Pack. Now, this is $20. You get 6 artifacts, 6 add-ons change tickets, which is the main reason I got it, and some level up tickets, Shining upgrade tickets times 10, which are new, and Blessed upgrade tickets times 10, which are also new. And these add-ons change tickets are new, and they are something that I'm kind of eager to play around with and hopeful for. But there's a $2.99 pack that you can buy. It's only $3. I highly advise it if you're willing to spend any money on this game and you're looking for something worth its weight in gold. You get 6 tickets through that as well. I don't remember what else it came from, but just the fact that you get 6 add-on change tickets is worth the $3. Definitely, in my opinion. So get that if you haven't. You can only purchase it once. I already did. That's why it's not showing up here. After that, this is the only other way to do it. This $20 purchase right here. So let's see what I get. Artifact. Oh, yeah, here's my bundle. Badge of Justice. It's got Conquest score, so I'm not going to dismantle it. This one's got crit and perfect score. So that's already looking good for a Spirit Totem because perfect score also counts towards critical score, as well as the addition to a perfect hit. Blitzen. I'm not interested in this artifact. I'm not done yet. Ooh, nice. Challenge mode with crit and cycling. I've been looking for one of them. That's good too. Cleo. I'm not interested in this artifact. Soullight. Definitely not interested in this artifact. So, now that I have looked at them briefly, I can just dismantle those. Okay. They don't even go to my inventory. Or my artifact collection. Now I got 3 of them here. Those are going to be the ones in there. Oh, Blessed, Shining, level up, add-ons change. So, artifacts. Let's see how this Badge of Justice does. Since I'm only interested in this for potentially having a higher conquest score percentage than the one I have, which is a harp down here, that is at 7.2, 9.2, and 15.3% is what it totals at, with the addition of an outscore and crit. The defense breaker does nothing in conquest. So I'm looking for something better than 15.3 with some useful stats. And, where was it? Cycling and combo are obviously both good stats to go with conquest. So what I want to do here is level it up. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to click auto level up is what I meant to do there. But anyway, to level up, you spend this experience, which I'm clicking on up here. It's right next to your coin amount up in the right corner. That you have to get through dismantling cards, and you don't want to dismantle anything that is something you're leveling up, any items or batters, but you can dismantle all of the cards that are worthless to you, any extra card. Like if you have anything maxed out, max level with getting more cards, you can dismantle them for those experience points. However, the rarity, the higher the value of the cards, whether they're gray, blue, green, gold, or purple, you get more experience for a cheaper amount of coins if you do a lesser value. So, as you can see, these gray ones, I've already dismantled those recently, but I'll go all the way down here to my trinket slot. Oops. First you gotta go to artifact, then dismantle. Then I can go. Now, there's 18,000 of these, 19,000 of these, and 20,000 of these. So click max. There's going to give me 115,000 experience points for 5.7 million coins. Now, that's more coins than a lot of people have to spend, and honestly, that's more experience than you need to level up an artifact, or even a few artifacts. I think it costs about 13,000 experience to level up one artifact. And we'll find that out in a second. When you dismantle them, you get that amount. Sometimes you have a bonus amount that it just awards you, which is like an extra so many percent of that. Let's try it and see if I can get one. My coins are plentiful and I don't really care about Anyway, I didn't get the bonus, but it does happen. Sometimes twice, 3 times in a row for some reason. So you get exit when you're done with that. Now you have experience points. Now you need to go back to your artifacts, find the one that you are leveling, train. Now auto level up says 13,130. I think I just spent 100, so 13,230 experience points is what it costs to level up one artifact to level 20, which is maximum. Now I'm not going to do that with this one because I might not need to. And if you're trying to save coins, you're trying to save experience, a good way I do this is I go to level 12, and then I make that purchase. Or you just do it one level up at a time. That's probably the wisest thing you can do if you're very limited on coins. But now that I did that, I have to switch over to upgrade here. And as you can see, upgrading is very expensive. I have a 100% chance to upgrade this at 42,500. Boom. But I upgraded that to 2.2. Now, level... you start at level 1. Level 2 is when you can do the first upgrade. And then you can't do it until level 4. So you have to level up 2 more times to do the next one. And then 2 more times to do the next one. 2 more times to do the next one, so on. That's why there's level 20 artifact with 10 upgrades. So it's every two levels you can do an upgrade. And if you want free or improved upgrade chances, these newly implemented blessed and whatever 10% one was will make your upgrade free, I believe, as well as improve it 30%. So use 30%. Let's see if I lose any coin here. I did not, and it improved my 60% to 90. Sorry, improved my odds too by 30%. Now over here, oops, go back to upgrade. Now I'm just gonna auto upgrade, go to 12, which is what I leveled it to, and we'll see what happens, see if it's worth going further than that. Alright, now I'm not nearly enough percentage for conquest score here. I'm not interested in going any further with this. I'm gonna get rid of it. I got 2 totems here. This one's got 8 crit, 3 perfect already, so that's 11 crit points. My current best crit artifact is 139 here. If you have 115 plus 17's 132, and plus the 7's 139. So that's what I need to get better than to be interested in keeping this artifact here. So I'm just going to auto level it, and I'm going to go to max. I'm going to use them. So it looks like I got 90 base crit, and that could potentially be more than what I have, so we'll see. I'm going to auto upgrade. Just going to go here first. 101. 115. Oh, sorry, 105. Of course, they put a challenge mode. They always gotta screw you with that. Okay, I'm gonna go farther just because I got 90 here with this first one. The add-ons, that 3, the arrow next to it, that means I don't have that 3 anymore. I just have the 15. But these up here, you add both those in your base stats to know what you have. So I have 90 plus 15, which is 105 crit at the moment. I'm gonna go to speed this up by improving my odds here. So I got 109. As you can see, it takes a while to get a successful upgrade here and get to the higher ones. So I got 113. And there's the chance to increase that by 3-fold. But yeah, these last two stats are bogus here, but so I'm gonna improve this to this one. And you only want to use these on your highest level upgrades because those are the most expensive. Don't waste your improved odds tickets on the first few upgrades. That would be stupid. They're cheap anyway, and you have the highest success rate with those. So use it on the most expensive ones with the shitty success rate, and you're gonna save more coins. So auto upgrade 20, 31% instead of 1%. Free. And I did improve that. I improved the perfect score. So that still only puts me at 126 crit here. And I'm not going to dismantle it just yet because I want to look and see if the base stats are more potential with any of these other ones. Yeah, see, I have... Well, that's the one I just did. Oops. You know what? I might do it. Because the one I have now has symbols as the first main stat. When you use the add-on change tickets, it only keeps this first add-on. And it changes the number. It changes everything else after that. But it keeps the first add-on attribute and changes the amount. However, seeing as the one I have has symbol score, I feel like I have better odds of getting more crit score with having perfect as my first attribute that's going to be there no matter how many times I change it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change, and I'm going to go to change. I got less there, which is not what I was looking for. So I'm going to retry. And you can restore back to your original if you'd like, but it does cost another ticket. So I got less there as well. I'm not interested. Retry. Less here as well. Wow. Not looking good here. Nope, I'm getting screwed. Oh wow, let's get it now. I lost 21 crit score. Or I'm sorry, lost 16. Let me look at the 5 there. 118 in ounce gauge is definitely significant, but I'm going to change it. Oops. Nope, I'm not going to change it. Changing means you are going to change your artifact to what's over here. I'm going to restore it. As you can see, I already wasted all those tickets, but that's okay. Here I have challenge mode. Train, auto level up, max. 89 cycling and 69 crit. I'm really just interested in how the challenge mode with those stats, so auto upgrade 20, oops, 12. And there's another challenge mode. That's awesome. That's what I was hoping for. Now I need to exceed 20% to beat my current highest challenge mode percentage, but that one is a Clio, which is cycling an object, and I would rather have these two base stats with something a couple percent less. I'm already at 9.4 here. More crit stat by being perfect, and so I'm at 10.8. Now on this last one here, I'm hoping it increases one of these threefold, one of these challenges, otherwise it's definitely going to be one I'm going to use. Right now I'm at 12.1%. So it ended up being 16.2%. That might be better than, I don't know. Just the fact that it's got crit and cycling that are higher than the Clio I've been using might make up for that 4% that it's losing, especially if there's a cycling boost or crit boost batter. Anywho, there's some basics on leveling up artifacts. Now, as far as crit artifacts, you want over 100 crit on it to be considered viable. That's on the low end as a intended crit artifact. Otherwise, there's certainly better stuff out there. Now, magnums, getting above 50% is necessary. Now, anything below that is probably not worth putting your time into. Above 60% is a really good one. And then anything over 70 is very, very precious. Crusaders, 30% plus are ones that I would invest in, unless they have a really high announced score as the first add-on, or if you play against a lot of Crusader users, then if they have really high penetration as the first add-on, then they might be worth it if they're in the high 20s, but just until you find one that's better than that. That they're most effective against people using crit artifacts. Magnums have penetration on them as a base stat and maybe additional, and other Crusaders obviously take away points from you when you're using one as well. But if you're using one against a crit totem person, they're putting all their eggs in the basket of being able to get a huge crit score with each swing, and Crusaders just stuff that like very effectively. Alright, let's see what else can I cover here. Alright, now I'm using Lost in here with Big Bang, and I wanted to try this out, but what I've been using and actually having really good success with is my crit artifact with him, because he is, as you can see, a critical boost, 50%, very significant. She is very significant as well as a crit boost. Some all-stars that have it are Nahi. She also has cycling, so one like 106 cycling or 105 cycling, one of those would be probably better than my primary crit one. And then batters like Percival, who kind of needs to have a build-up to really get big points. You need to have a good cycling artifact that you are actually using fairly quickly. Instead of trying to get the big special cycle, you would need to start cycling and not really caring so much about that with him, because he does have a good cycling boost. But if you're not trying to do it that way and you want to build up that big cycle and using Big Bang, I recommend using Percy with a Crusader so you can survive a little longer against somebody who's got more burst points. While Billy's got cycling and crit boost at star level, Samba's got cycling, and I believe Brody has crit boosts. Yep. And so does Zoe. She's also got cycling. So those are the batters that benefit from those artifacts. If you favor any other batters, then you have a totally different playstyle. Oh, Annie also has crit boost. But if you favor any other batters, you definitely have a different playstyle than I do. So I'm not going to be much assistance in guiding you on which artifacts are best to use, because those are really the only ones I care about. Hope you learned something here. Hope maybe it saved you some money and gave you some knowledge on what to look for, how to go about leveling and upgrading, or not leveling and upgrading, and when to know to just throw them right in the trash from the get-go. So good luck out there. These things are like scratch-off tickets, kind of like you get them and they all pretty much look like they've got serious potential from the start, and they get you all hopeful, and you spend all your coins, and at the end they're absolutely nothing. So don't be the guy that's too hopeful, because you will be struggling to maintain your coins for other things that aren't absolute trash, like leveling up batters and equipment and having coins to play. So the reason I have 3 bill right now is because I've been really, really choosy when it comes to which ones are worth leveling up, just because of the probability odds. Low probability, probably not going to be good. So, good luck with it.